Right, yes YouTube, welcome back. It is Monday the 27th of July and it is the first day of our 10-week build into the Southampton Half Marathon. So 4th of October is our next race, well, our next half marathon. That's not our next race. Was going to do a longer form video on it, but in the end I just did short form. But I had a 10k last week on Tuesday, did get the PB. I actually forgot how hilly Thruxton racetrack was. I haven't been there in like 8 or 9 years maybe, but yeah, there's a hill towards the pit lane that is a lot steeper than I thought, and we had to do that 3 times. But yeah, it was good. So got a 50-second PB, 46 minutes 51 seconds chip time, so I was happy with that, to be fair. Even splits as well, even heart rate, like really good effort. Second fastest kilometre was the final one, so good kick at the end, and yeah, all good. But now we build into Andover, and I'm continuing to train myself. So I've actually made my own training plan, if I get it up. Don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, but I've got my training plan sort of there with the 10 weeks across the top, and I'm trying to really go for volume this build. So peak week is looking like it's going to hopefully hit the 90k mark, which will be my biggest week I've ever had. Even in marathon training last year I never got up to there, so we'll see. I just really want to try, and I'm thinking volume and consistency. Like the London Marathon build, that's what let me down, and if I can really nail that, I think we've got a really good chance of getting a good time at Southampton. We are going to be racing in between that. Well, I'll let you know further down the line. That's not for a few weeks yet. But yeah, so the road to a half PB starts now. Got 8k easy on the plan today. And I'm going to take you through the week of training. So I don't know how interesting this run's going to be, but we're going to get out and do it. Nice and warm one, 7:30 right now in the evening. So I want to get it done, get back for some dinner. And yeah, also, you're not going to be able to see this, but little upgrade for the setup. You're currently on a tripod that also works as a like sort of selfie stick for being able to record. So you're currently stood up on my table. I can sort of pick you up, fold the legs away, a selfie stick that I can extend out, etc. So yeah, my Insta360, the actual body itself, and just the pod, the camera, sort of both click onto the mount I've got for it. So yeah, it's a pretty good bit of kit. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to take this out with me. I might speak to you a little bit on the run, I might not, but going to get out and get this done, because like I say, it's 7:30 and I want some food. So in a bit. Right, there we go, 8k done, 5:42 a kilometre. Average heart rate was 144, which I have the heart rate monitor on, and whilst that's good to know, something I'm going to do differently this block is easy runs I'm not focusing on, like heart rate. There are days where it's going to spike more than others, and I feel like I got too bogged down on what my heart rate is, and it's a feel thing at the end of the day. It's how well I can get kilometres in the legs without compromising recovery, let myself absorb the fitness. And I think sometimes I was just going slower than I need to go. So I've got on my training plan, I've put in various different sort of pace brackets, if you like, for different types of running. And whilst in intervals it's important to try and hit a pace, the easy runs it's going to be on feel. So some days it will be quicker than others. I'm never going to let myself go too quick. There is a ceiling, otherwise it defeats the object of an easy run, and you might compromise another session later in the week. But you know, some days it might be closer to 5:30, other days it might be closer to 6, and that's okay. But yeah, 8 done, nice and hot and sweaty. Took me like, yeah, just under 46 minutes. So weight's coming off again. Weighed in this morning at 90.8, so that is 9.2 kilos down. Only going to help the training, obviously doing something right, because through the whole 10k block when I was essentially cutting weight, very rarely did I feel low on energy. So, and I'm not getting injured, feel good, feel like I can train. So yeah, we're just going to keep riding this until we get as lean as I think we can without compromising performance. So I'm thinking with my body composition, I reckon I can get down into the low 80s, maybe drop another 10 kilos, but we'll see what we look like when we get there. Right, Tuesday, and we're just about to go out and attempt 6x800, so like 15 warm up, 6x800 with a 2-minute jog at 10k pace. Problem being, I kind of hurt my leg at work today, so long story short, a load of sheets of plasterboard fell that was stood up against the wall and pinned my leg against the pallet, and it's only like marked my leg, hang on, it's only like marked my leg, but it's more the fact that I've basically got a dead leg. Like, it fucking really hurts, but it doesn't, I think it's more like it's so tender, but flexing my calf doesn't seem to be more than like a really mild, like 3 out of 10, so it's probably going to be bruised, but I don't think I've done any lasting damage, so we're going to go out and attempt it. Yeah, warm one today, 7:15. Workout's probably going to take me about an hour. I want my dinner, so yeah, I'm going to chuck my heart rate monitor on and get out, rocking the beaten up Zoom flies that have probably not got a lot of life left in them, to be honest, but I don't know, we'll see. I think I've done like 700k in them. We'll see. I'm a big boy, so that's a lot of pounding, but it's literally these or my alpha flies, and I refuse to use my alpha flies for training. So yeah, anyway, I'm waffling. We're gonna go get this done. I think that was 4:36 for rep 1. 30 seconds left of the jog recovery, but yeah, leg felt fine, pace felt pretty good, smack bang in the middle of the target range, so happy days. Hopefully the next 5 feel as good and it'll be a pretty successful session. Alright, here we go then, rep 2. Laps 2 and 3 both around the 4:37 mark. Felt a bit harder though. Not used to jog between, I'm used to like full on recovery between reps, so yeah, making things harder, but halfway through it. We're over the hill. There we go, workout done. 6.7k total work for that actual section. Didn't include the warm-up, I split that separately on the watch, but yeah, average pace of 5:03, which, you know, including the jog recovery, is alright. Good bit of work that. So I'm just gonna have a little walk for a minute, a little stretch, and then I've got a 15-minute jog home, although it might be a bit quicker than 15 because where I am doesn't take me 15 minutes to get home, and the thought of doing a longer route just to get an extra 7 or 8 minutes in doesn't appeal to me. The good thing about, since I've decided to train myself as opposed to like using runner, which I'd always used in the past, obviously is the flexibility, but just I know my own body now. I've been running for coming to 18 months now, and obviously I come from a sport background anyway. Like, I know what I need to do to get fitter. I understand it. I know I'm not a coach, I'm not trained, but you know, things like that is just, you know, workouts that I've done myself and I know I've got benefit from. And I know it's been said a lot online, but like the, not just runner, the AI training apps in general, like, aren't particularly well known for like managing load for people. And you know, there are stories of people getting injured. Touch wood, that never happened to me, but I think it was a factor of me getting burnt out at the back end of the marathon block, because you know, it doesn't know that I just had a baby at the time and that I'm, you know, out the house for 12, 13 hours a day at work, on my feet all day at work. You know, most of the time I've done 12,000 steps and up and down ladders all day before I've even started my workout. And I feel like I'm going to get more benefit out of training this way, managing the load a bit better, as opposed to, you know, runner, it was one extreme to the other. You pick an easy plan and it doesn't challenge me enough, and then you go for the more advanced one, and all of a sudden it's got me doing like threshold Tuesday, tempo Thursday, long run Sunday, with a load of volume in between, and 3 weeks in I'm fucked. So yeah, that was a good little session. I feel like I've found a good selection of about half a dozen workouts I can sort of rotate between at varying sort of distances, paces, get all sorts of different stimulus in the legs. And you know, I know it wasn't a long block and it wasn't a big PB, but having done it for an 8-week block for the 10k, yes, it was only a 50-second PB, but it's got to be considered that my old PB was set on a net downhill route. It was all downhill or flat, just on my watch, not in a race. You know, it was manufactured to run fast. That was the polar opposite. It had a lot of elevation. Came into it, I'm not making excuses, I made a PB, I was happy with my performance, but I came into it ill as well. So, you know, I'd literally been like struggling really badly with a cold from the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Started to feel a little bit better Monday and then race Tuesday. So, you know, it may have only been a 50-second PB, but I feel like if you were to replicate the conditions from when I set the one a year before, I'm running 2 or 3 minutes quicker. And then all of a sudden you're thinking, yes, part of that is a year's worth of training, having done a half block and a marathon block and then a 10k block. But you know, part of it is just that I think the training I set myself worked. And at the end of the day, if I set my own training plan, I've got no one to blame but myself. So puts all the balls in my court. Don't even know if that's a phrase, but yeah, obviously a coach would do a better job, but I'm not in a position to pay for a coach right now, so I'll take advice where I think it's required or when I think it's beneficial. Anyone online wants to offer a few pointers or a workout or two or whatever, something that they think would help me, I'm all ears. But yeah, so far so good. I've walked most of the way home that I'm supposed to be running, so I'm going to start jogging now. It's only going to end up being about 5 minutes, but better than nothing. A little bit more volume, and then I'll see you when I get home. Right, Wednesday. It's 8:30 already. Rest day today, thank God. So no running, but yeah, hard day at work. It's been hot today. Hottest day of the week. Got up to like low 30s, something like that. And yeah, just glad to have the day off. And then we've got, well, running every day for the rest of the week. So just thought I'd sit down now and quickly go through the stats for yesterday. So it was a really good session, to be fair. I really enjoyed it. I actually held the paces better than I thought I would. So all in all, I can't complain. Did a warm up, 15 minutes, nice and easy. Just 2.25 kilometres, so like nothing to write home about there. Similarly with the cool down, like I obviously was planning on running more than I did. I ended up talking most of it, but did 8 minutes 38 seconds, really easy. So just a bit of volume either side of the good bit of work, where we had 6 by 800 at 10k pace with a 2-minute jog recovery. And the paces were really consistent. That's one thing I was happy. Obviously, it's not a flat out effort. The paces don't sound that impressive or that like sexy, but consistent for, you know, just 800 meters of running to feel pretty much. So the 6 reps we ran in 339.0, 342.9, 341.7, 341.1, 344.1, and 340.0. So, you know, 5 seconds exactly between the quickest and the slowest rep. Well, 5.1. And yeah, even pace, right in the middle of that range we wanted it. So we wanted it between 425 and 445. Our average paces for the 6 were 434, 439, 437, 436, 440, 435. So we were right in the middle of there. Happy days. Yeah, got 6.76 kilometres of work there in total with the jog recovery. Heart rate averaged at 161. Good thing as well, just trying to get down to it, got the cadence up to 176. So, you know, obviously it would have been probably considerably shorter or a bit shorter. in the recovery section. So, you know, to keep it up, it says here my max cadence was 196. I think for that sort of effort, if we can get our cadence up into the 180s, you know, it wasn't that long ago, even at like a faster pace, it was still down in the low 160s. So the fact that we're now bumping it up, we're getting, you know, probably on those pace efforts, we're in and around 180 is really good. And the heart rate, to be fair, was pretty consistent. It never got past 177. That was my average heart rate for the whole of the 10k race we did last week. So obviously, like, the effort felt pretty consistent there. So it's a good bit of work. Looking at the plan for the rest of this week of what's to come on this video, we have 10 easy tomorrow and then 10 tempo on Friday. So 3 up, 2 down, 5k tempo in the middle. Tempo, we're looking at running 435 to 455, so it'll just be a decent effort 5k sandwich between a bit of easy running. A really nice slow, really easy, we're looking at 6-minute pace 5k on Saturday, and then Sunday we're just going to go and run 14 kilometers, no pace targets, just go to feel, run what feels like an easy effort, not too worried about the pace. And that will be a week's total of in and around the sort of high 50s, should bring us to maybe around 57-ish. So yeah, it'll be a good first week of a 10-week block. Finding a leak from your loft that's dripping into your airing cupboard through the ceiling, made like an inch of water in a tub on the floor. Got to be like top 3 things to find when you get home from work. Fuck's sake, I'm a sparky, not a plumber. Yeah, nothing I can really do. That's a problem for tomorrow. Ceiling's bowed, hopefully it don't fucking cave in. It's only dripping, but hang on. But yeah, so it's a bit later. Obviously, yeah, it's the evening, so we didn't go and do the run this morning. Decided, fuck that, I want more, an extra hour in bed. But it's like 20 to 8 now, 2k into a 10 easy. Got Radio 1 dance weekend on in the ear. Just gonna get this done. See you in a bit. That was a hot one. No sun today, but like it's rained on and off all day, and it's like been a bit stormy in the air, and you can feel it's well muggy, and I'm absolutely dripping. But yeah, 10k, 5:37 a kilometre. Heart rate was, I don't know what, 148. Like I say, not really focusing on that anymore, but good to know. And it is now 8:20, not bad. I'm hungry. See you in a bit. Hello. So it's Friday and we've got a little tempo session. So that's just 3 up, 5 at tempo, 2 down. But I'm knackered. I don't know why. Not physically, like genuinely physically, like I feel fine, really good. I had someone in my TikTok comments yesterday trying to tell me don't forget about the 80-20 rule. I was like, shut up, just leave me alone. Some running coach that obviously just wanted me to buy a plan. He like followed me, commented on my video when I told him like, mate, I'm good, cheers. He was just like, okay, and then unfollowed me. But yeah, trying to tell me that doing an interval session and a tempo session or race pace as part of my long run, so I alternate them every week. So like this week I'm doing tempo today, Sunday's long run will just be like standard. Next week, today would be an easy run, and Sunday I'll incorporate some sort of like pace element to the long run. So it's only really like 2 hard runs a week, 4 easy ones. And he was basically trying to tell me like, oh, be careful. Shut up. Anyway, yeah, physically I feel fine. Just felt a bit like tired. I got home from work and was like, just not feeling it. Took Honey out on her bike for a bit. Came home, had a coffee. It's now 7:10. We're gonna go and get this done. And then it's just a little 5k recovery run tomorrow. Outrageously slow. Gonna get out for this now. I'm not gonna take the camera purely because I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. Like, I don't know what I would film because it's just going to be a 5k continuous effort. I'm not going to be wanting to try and get it out. Like, it's a bit of a faff getting it in and out and stuff. In between intervals is fine. On an easy run, obviously, it's fine. But, like, for a continuous pace, I could bring it with me and just talk to you afterwards, but there's no point. So, chances are I'll probably get home, I'll be sweating buckets, I'll just want to get a drink and get me dinner, and I won't talk to you till tomorrow. So, if so, I'll speak to you tomorrow, and I'll let you know how this went on, how this run went then. But yeah, we shall see. It'll be fine. Legs will wake up once I get going. I'm not underfueled. I'm just being a bit of a bitch. So yeah, gonna get this done and see you tomorrow. Right, Saturday evening. Liv's cooking dinner. Gonna get you around the corner. No idea. What I should have done is just do this. There we go. I think that got her. Yeah, did like 5.4k, I think it was, easy earlier. Yesterday's workout was just far harder than it should have been. Did the 3 up like easy, and then into the 5k tempo, like fully wanted to. Pardon? I already got you in the video.
Can you see me?
I can't see you now, but I did poke the camera around the corner to get on you anyway. Yeah, like didn't want to do it from a k in and was suffering. The pace, it wasn't the pace, I was tired. Like physically I felt okay, but I was just really tired. But then went through the first 3k all in just under 5. I think I went like 4:55, 4:56, 4:52 for the first 3k, and then the legs actually then, so that would have been what, like 6k in total. That was when the legs then decided to wake up, and I think we went 4:40, 4:36 for the last 2 at the same effort level, so good. And then just a really slow 2k cool down to get up the 10k. I then, even with having to get up twice when my daughter woke up, managed to, I got a sleep score of 99. My highest before that was a 95, and I still can't get the elusive 100 sleep score on Garmin, but 99. And then yeah, 8k easy today. It was 8? It wasn't 8, it was 5. And we've got a long run tomorrow, and then that's first week done, 9 to go. So Liv's making dinner. Gonna go in a minute because I want to watch the Commonwealth Games. The athletics tonight. Got Josh Kerr racing again. Weird seeing him in a Scotland jersey, not a British one, but like, I got Scottish in me, so I can still support him, I suppose. But yeah, didn't take the camera with me earlier because it was just a recovery run. I ran it at like 6:05-ish pace, but yeah, now just sat in the garden. All I can hear is bees, like there. They are doing my head in. But yeah, I'm going to go in and chuck the telly on. Got some burgers with like lettuce instead of the buns and homemade chips tonight, and then some Halo Top, and then we go for a long run tomorrow. Weighed in at 90.1 this morning as well, so that is 0.1 of a kilo off of 10k down, and we're almost back in the 80s, so everything's going well. Let's see what tomorrow's long run brings. 14k, no pace targets, just gonna go out there, run it to an easy-ish feel, not as easy as today, but you know, not trying to suffer, just get it done. See you tomorrow. That kick from Josh Kerr was a bit special, wasn't it?
He's inevitable. Sunday long run, 14k-ish on the cards. No headphones, little countryside route, just clear the mind. Should take us up to about 57k for the week, something like that. So good. First week of training of a 10-week block. I'm still feeling alright, feel good. Trying to manage the intensity. Volume will be okay if intensity is okay, so yeah, see how week 2 goes. What a beautiful morning. Right, if you live local to me and you know Barrow Hill in Clatford, you'll know what I'm putting myself through right now. It didn't really occur to me, like, I know how hilly all this area is, and yet I'm doing it anyway. You do get this small respite before another climb though, and then it's rolling, but a fairly downhill descent for the most part, back towards Andover. 6k in now, so almost halfway, averaging at probably around like 5:40ish, I don't know, I'm not really checking the watch, but yeah, lovely morning. Like, I put headphones in sometimes, music, podcasts on long runs, etc., but every now and then, like, just a long run with nothing but your thoughts is so cathartic. Beautiful. There we go, done in 1:18:25, so not bad. Bad news is the shop by me didn't have any decent chocolate milk, so we've had to go for a protein shake, a flavoured water and a Monster Filet. Get home now and have a shower and see what we're going to do with the family for the rest of the day. God, I'm sweating. Tell you what, I felt fine immediately after that run, and now I am knackered. But yeah, went and got some fruit, massive thing of watermelon, and yeah, just been chilling at home, so I think I'm going to end the video there. Training load looks good on Kaizen. I don't know if I've mentioned that, it's an app I'm using. It's pretty good, like, sort of can work in conjunction with your training plan and just sort of measure your training load. It's got a good calculator on there that sort of predicts how much volume essentially you've got to run to hit your target race time for whatever distance. So yeah, it's been pretty good, and feeling good, ready to go into week 2. So yeah, gonna try and make these a weekly thing. Hopefully gonna try and get a midweek upload going as well, but yeah, follow my other socials, both at Just Jake Runs, and I'll catch you in the next one.